Okay, so everyone, welcome back to Breslov Efrat here at Shira David Baruch Hashem. And today, again, our learning is, as it's been now for the past few weeks. It's in a merit for the safety of our soldiers on the front line, and of course the captives to all be brought home safely. We all daven for them, mamash. Okay. So we're in the Likutey Halachos Hilchos Birchas Hashachar, Halacha Gimel, and we're in the middle of Yud Ches 18. So we're in 3:18. So we're learning this beautiful concept of yesterday. We introduced a new concept of why is it that when someone is ill, we'll mention the mother's name. Otherwise, we will never mention the person, refer to the person by the mother's name. As a matter of fact, speaking about mothers now today, this class is also in memory of Itamar's mother, Rosa Bas Itamar. So Neshama should have an Aliyah, should be a Tzor B'Tzor HaChayim, and she should be a good debater for all of Klal Yisrael and see a big Yeshuas. Okay, so we mentioned the mother, so we mentioned the mother's name. Why? Because we said that the guf of the person, the body of the person, is more connected to the mother than the father, right? And when you mention the mother's name, you're strengthening the guf, you're strengthening the body of the person, where normally we want to strengthen the neshama of the person, right? We want to give the person a little more oomph to his neshama, right? So we'll always mention the father's name. Okay, but when a person's sick, we'll mention the mother's name. Okay, we said yesterday that the in the story of the Ben HaMelech Shenechlaf Ben HaShivcha, right, in the story of the exchanged children, right? So we said that the guf is like the Eved, right? That the guf tries to take over the neshama, which is the Melech, the Ben HaMelech, right? And they're constantly fighting, right? Right, the body wants to take over the neshama, right, and the neshama tries to fight back, right. So the more assistance we give our neshamas via what we're doing is the more success the neshama will have, right, and the more success we'll have in getting closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Okay. Now, so we said, now we're up to this line here. Aval misha zeiche l'shaber haguf legamri betachlis habitul. So we said that. Well, just to fill you in a little more, I'm sorry, because we stopped in the middle of the lesson, that anytime a Jew works on breaking his guf, right, on breaking the Eved and turning himself more to the Ben HaMelech, that's a wonderful, wonderful thing, right? That's wonderful. And anything that we do, any movement that we do towards Hashem is wonderful, and it's eternal. So never think that, if I can't accomplish everything, I'll do nothing. No, you try your best, you do what you can, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu always knows our handicaps. He knows all of because He put us in those situations. You have to remember that. Hashem put us into every one of the situations we find ourselves in. He knows exactly the situation. He placed us there. So anytime we try to get closer to Him and overpower the darkness and bring more light in, that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Right? Okay? So now we're saying, Aval misha zeichel l'shaber guf legamri betachlis habitul. But if someone can break their guf completely, they can break their tendencies, they can break their habits totally, completely. Fascinating idea, right? Ad shaguf nehapech lenefesh mamish. The guf, the body of the person, turns into a soul like itself, by itself. It becomes so holy. It becomes so holy because the body there's no differentiation between the body and the neshama. They're perfectly in sync. Fascinating concept, right? And the body would be in perfect sync with what the neshama wants. never trying to do anything other than avodas Hashem, never trying to do anything other than serving Hashem. Is that a fascinating concept?
Yeah, very fascinating. I mean, Lamaisa, how many people was like that?
Not too many. No, he said, Avamisha Zeichel Hashem, right?
But I also would, just like you started, it's not all or nothing, I don't think.
Of course, that's for sure, right. That's the most important point.
You see people, I mean, you see tzaddikim, their bodies, they look holy. There's almost like a light that emanates from them. The way they eat. It's like,
yes.
Really, so.
Of course, but when we try to eat better, when we try to do each thing is special. We have to remember to never discount anything that we try to do. Never discount it. It's always very, very precious. Okay? Right? So we say in the Kriya Shema, right? We say b'chol levavecha. Why does it have two bases, right? It should say b'chol libcha, right? Why does it have to say levavicha, right? So Chazal tell us why levavicha, because you have the two. You have the Yetzer Tov and the Yetzer Hara. So serve Hashem with both the Yetzer Tov and the Yetzer Hara, right? Bishnei Yitzrucha. Serve Hashem with the two Yetzer, the Yetzer Tov, the good inclination, and the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination. Serve him with both. Shegam haguf oyev es Hashem v'oiser ritzoynei me'ahava. Wow. That even the guf becomes so refined that the guf serves the Hashem with an ahav, with love. The guf loves what it's doing. It's counted into it. It's counter what the guf really wants, right? The guf wants to have pleasure. But here the guf turns itself into such a way that its pleasure that it gets is serving Hashem. Fascinating. Ki ein lo shum tav acheres, because it has no other desire, nothing, only to serve Hashem. Ve'enei roitze shum rotzain rak ma shehu rotzain ritzain habayri yizbarach. It only wants what Hashem wants. That's it. Whatever the rotzain Hashem is, that's what the guf says I want to do. Wow.
So the guf is very happy.
At that point, yeah. Sure, the guf can, and that's the point. The guf can be happy doing that, but it takes a lot of work.
I'm going to pray for that.
Okay. Okay. Azai nikra bechinas ben. So that person then is called, is the aspect of the ben. He's the ben. He's the ben HaMelech. Right? Because he's really acting like he should, with the proper in the proper royal ways of Hashem. Okay. Ki kol avaydosai es Hashem yizbarach einay nikra b'shem avdos klal ki ein ze avdos. He loves it, so it's not considered. It's a task, right? It's not a task for him to serve Hashem, right? To most people, if you tell them we're going to eat dinner now, do they consider that a task? Not at all. They enjoy that, right? Oh, we're going to go eat ice cream now. Is that a task? No, wait, come on, let's go, right? They enjoy it, right? We're going to go to a baseball game now. Is that a task? Well, maybe to some people, but you understand, right? Or go to a soccer game or whatever the case is, right? You understand, right? All the things, normal things that people like to do, it's never considered a task, right? So here, to this individual, he loves learning Torah. He loves speaking to Hashem. He loves doing good deeds for people. He loves doing mitzvahs. And that's what the guf enjoys to do. And the guf finds it's peaceful doing it. It's not an avoda. But like you were just saying before, Yossi, but when the tzaddik has to eat, that becomes an avoda. Because that's something his guf doesn't really want to do, but it has to do it. It doesn't want to do it, right? The guf is so okay with just serving Hashem, but the guf needs to eat. The guf needs to take care of its bodily needs, right? So the tzaddik does it, but that's considered his servitude, not his service of Hashem. The opposite. Fascinating, right? Etzli klal ki hu oiser ritzayin Hashem yisbarach behava shlema ritzayin haguf v'nefesh. He does that. He serves Hashem both with his guf and his nefesh. It makes no difference. They're one of the same. Ki haguf nahapech lenefesh, because he transformed his guf into the nefesh. Wow. Baal came bevadai ein shayach likroisai b'shem eved klal. Therefore, he's not called an eved at all. He's not called an eved at all. Fascinating.
What's he called?
He's called the Ben. He's the Ben HaMelech.
So the whole.
He's the prince.
So the whole body and Neshama become
One.
the prince. One.
Yeah, they become, they're working in tandem, perfect unison. Perfect unison. An amazing idea, right?
He started as an Evid,
Yeah, sure.
which is also a big level.
It's great. We started the lesson with that, saying that, right? We all start. We are Avdei Hashem. Why? Because we are serving Hashem. We're working on that. We're working on trying to refine our bodies to be more in tune with what the Neshama wants.
So you
Right?
never get sick?
What?
So you never get sick?
What do you mean?
Well, since the body and the soul is working together and it's taking care of both of them,
Right?
then one should never get sick.
One should never. So again, the person gets sick because sometimes Hashem wants the person to do tshuva.
Or he's doing it on behalf of other people.
Could be that too. Yes, the tzaddikim will take on the pain of other people. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that. I'm not going to be a tzaddik. I got my own thing.
Ay. Okay. Ki avdus einay nikra rak hu keneged ritzayin adam. Right? Because avdus is only when a person is doing something contrary to what he enjoys to do. That's called avdus. Right? That's called servitude. I don't want to do this, but I have to do this. I feel compelled, I have to do this. Aval, like people go to work, right? How many people go to work, they enjoy going to work?
Very few.
Right, very few. But there are some that do. Right? There are some that go to work and enjoy their work.
And there are days when people do too. Even
Right.
people don't enjoy it. There's days they do enjoy it. But that's why
The days that they're not working. The days that they're not
But
working.
that's why they call it work and not fun.
Right.
It's not all the fun
No,
that
but
they
no,
have.
so Rav Nosson is trying to explain to us this concept, so to make it more real for us, okay? Ki avdus einay nikra rak mashu keneged ratzonam adam. What is avdus? It's something against my will. I don't really want to do this, but I have to do this. Aval mashu ratzon ha'adam einay nikra b'shem avdus klal. But again, like we said, what the person wants to do, that's not considered any servitude. That's enjoyment. Right? He enjoys to do that. Right? Yeah.
What if a person doesn't want to do God's will? Would that be servitude?
It's a Russia.
Yeah, that's totally servitude, right? If the person doesn't want to serve Hashem, so then everything for he's a real Eved, because everything he does, if he would ever do something for Hashem, he would do it against his will totally.
Right, yeah.
He doesn't at all want to do it. So the more you get comfortable with serving Hashem, is the more you relinquish yourself from the avdus, from the servitude, and bring yourself to freedom. Right? The more right?
Yeah, I'm thinking the person needs to serve something. So if you don't serve Hashem,
Exactly.
you're a slave. You're serving something
Right.
not right.
Right. But we said we always have a yoke upon us.
Yeah.
Right. So if we take on the yoke of Hashem, so then we relinquish from the yoke of the all Malchus Shemai, of the Malchus of the Olam, of the world, right? And we'll relinquish from the all of Parnasa and working on, driving ourselves crazy to earn a livelihood. Right. Like we gave the examples, right?
So any way you slice it, you're going to have an hole.
You're gonna have it right. So pick which one you're gonna want. Right.
You might as well go with the winning team.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Right? L'mashal, she'achila v'shesiya v'sha'at taivas haguf einen nikra eitzel ha'adam avoida v'yegia kla, like we mentioned a moment ago, right? When a person eats and drinks and he does all any of his other bodily pleasure, the things he likes to do, that's not considered, difficult for him to do at all. He loves that.
It could be though.
What do you mean?
If you're addicted to that, then you're an avid to eating.
But he doesn't consider he's an avid to eating, but he enjoys it. In other words, he wants to give me more food. I want to eat more. Give me more, whatever.
I mean, on that point, I always struggle. Maybe you can help me. You got
Please.
on overweight Rabbanim, or or overweight, meaning people that are so in tune with the Torah, they're Ki'ilu Tzadikim in many regards, but they're really overweight. So seemingly, it could be they have some sort of disease that are I think it's bloat, or I don't know, but they eat a lot more than they need to, as opposed to other tzaddikim. You see really they're like a rail,
Okay.
and they eat what they need. So that part's obvious to the naked eye if somebody engages in the taiva achila,
Right.
but yet they're also so seemingly refined in many other ways.
Okay. So.
Did you hear the question?
I hear your question.
Maybe I shouldn't be thinking like that.
No.
Okay.
No. You could think about it. It's
Okay.
normal. It's fine. So the question is, Yossi wants to understand if a person's is serving God, he works on serving God,
Right.
and so then how can he be so involved in eating, right? All right, so we know that there are different people have different metabolisms, right?
Right.
Right, some people can have a problem with their thyroid,
Yeah.
right? There are certain issues, right? People have different issues, right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm not a medical professional at all, but I did speak to people and I did know, so that's how I know. So someone can have a thyroid issue and then that can cause them to be overweight. It's not necessarily that they're eating so much more than somebody else. They may be eating less than somebody else, but they have a...
Yeah.
Again, I don't know. Did you see this tzaddik indulging?
No.
Oh, see, so then it's okay. That's a different thing, right? So in other words, I don't know. Again, we could talk to a doctor, but did you hear of this concept? Did anyone hear this concept with a thyroid that would cause
Yeah, sure. Your metabolism.
the metabolism goes right?
Right.
So it could be that he should go to a doctor, and then maybe Rabbi Nachman said stay away from doctors, right? So he doesn't go to the doctor.
Okay. I thought maybe we were going to go along the lines also of they're able to take the food and and raise it up.
They can. That's another possibility. But I'm just giving you a basic one
Of where to find
where it's very easy to understand that it's not always what you see is what it is. Right?
That also could be their suffering for other people.
They're suffering for
Other people.
What is it? What do you mean? What is
It's like what you said about they take on the suffering or of others.
So
Like-
why would eating be taking on the suffering of
Because
others?
maybe he's making someone else thin by his overeating.
Okay, that's a cute one. Okay.
It's a very novel idea. It's very novel. That's a tzaddik. You want a guy with followers? That's how you get.
It's just like the guy who was leading the service, and all of his congregants left,
Yeah.
and they said, "I can read this fast. Now you're not here. I don't have to work so hard."
Okay, right.
So he,
Okay.
Eating is a physical thing.
Yeah.
So it's
No, it's a spiritual thing.
It's easy to see it when somebody. So I think the other thing here is that it could be the tzaddik could have another issue that we can't maybe see, but like another addiction, maybe he's addicted to painkillers or something like that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be something when he can overcome anything with this.
Yeah.
You can come over anything with this. You're not necessarily you're actually saying I can physically see him. You know, they're big. They're refinement. The refinement can have other issues.
Of course.
They can't see. They can't.
Of course.
It's not a physical thing. But you can overcome anything when you just let go of your whole goof.
Yes, of course you can.
Like any addiction.
Any addiction, anything. Yes. You become, because again, if the person's addicted tonight, you can become addicted to serving God. Turn the addiction around. Right?
That's right.
But they say that Moshe Rabbeinu was born with every negative tendency possible. And he transformed every one of them. And he lifted up every one of them. That's what made him so great. He wasn't born necessarily the great Moshe Rabbeinu. He worked on it to become Moshe Rabbeinu. All these tzaddikim work on this. Right? They work on it. So, again, Yossi, I hear what you're saying. And it's a good point. It's a very good point. But again, there's always more than, and I have to judge people favorably. Right? That's the first lesson we learned, right? Reish pay base, right? I have to judge people favorably. So of course the Yetzer Hara tells me, look at the person. Oh, he's double the weight he should be, or whatever the heck. Okay, so obviously he's doing something wrong.
No.
Maybe not.
No, he's not doing anything wrong. This is a shalom bayit belly.
Okay.
My wife loves being slender and beautiful.
Okay.
And that's not as important to me. So this is for her benefit.
There we go. Okay.
You took her all day. Wait.
I mean, I really like that. I mean, I know we're laughing at it, but I really like that idea.
Okay, fine. It's good. Okay, let's go back. Okay, but here the point is that when he serves, when he here, v'shad taivitz aguf einay nikra eitzel adam avodah v'yiklal. Right, normal people when they're doing something that they're enjoy something that their body will enjoy, it's not considered a task. Can we say that? Is that fair to say? Okay. Because he wants to do it. That's his will. So if you want something, so then it's not considered a task.
However, but if there's a part of you that doesn't, like your soul doesn't want you to do it, or my brain doesn't want me to do it, but yet my body's doing it,
Yes, but we're discussing now the
alignment.
The refinement of this individual that made that perfect unison between his nefesh and his. Rav Nosson is explaining us how that works. He's explaining us the other way now, right? Explaining us how it works, how you can understand this concept, because the same way we're saying that anything the person does, a regular person does for his enjoyment, that's not considered a task at all. So too the tzaddik worked on himself so much so that all the things that his body enjoys is serving God the same way his neshama enjoys to serve God. So they're in perfect tandem is a good word to use?
It all depends how you look at it.
Yeah.
There's like, for instance, there are people, let's say, on a parent's yard site, they'll fast that day.
Yeah.
I think that's bringing some type of.
It does bring a tikkun, yeah.
There are people that say, no, I'm going to, make a meal. I'm going to invite people, make brachot, and that's what's going to elevate the person's neshama.
Well, a lot of people will fast and they'll bring a meal for everyone else to eat, and they'll answer amen to the bracha.
Okay.
There's
also
all.
a possibility.
Yeah, there's all kind of people.
You can do things and your intentions can be different.
Yes, no problem. Rakish tzarich lagbia eze masui koved v'kiyoyze. But if he has to lift up something really heavy, he's got a big package, a big box to lift up. Right? Hey, you got to move this thing from here. Move this big piece of fur, this big cabinet from here, and move it over there. That's hard. Right? That's considered hard. That's an avoda. But again, to sit down to eat this bowl of ice cream, no avoda at all. No avoda. Right? No avoda. He enjoys that. Give me another bowl of ice cream, right? Love that, right? Because the guf is not so accustomed to it. It's not so used to it. Etzlei avoda. Therefore, to him, it's called avoda because he's not used to it. So it's like moving that big cabinet. It's a big task. But if you can merit, unbelievable, to change the guf mamish over into something of holiness. As I call out this Hashem, Einay nikra etzlei b'shem avoid the klal. Adarabba, ze ikir chiyusay v'tanugav v'shashuav. That's his main pleasure, delight. That's his main thing. Ve'ein loy shum tanig v'simcha acheres. He doesn't enjoy anything else. That's all he wants to do. So therefore, anything he has to do to eat, to use the facility, whatever he has to do, is considered for him a task. Because he doesn't really want to do that. The same way the other person doesn't want to move the heavy cabinet, and that's considered a task. The person that refined himself so much so with Hashem, when he has to do something physical, that's considered a task for him. I think Reb Nosson explains this pretty good, right? Right?
This isn't forever. You have to constantly still work to
It's a constant avodah. Yeah, this is
in order to keep this.
Yeah. Keep it up. Yeah.
Although we did say shizocha shaber haguf. Like
Yeah.
It is like Rav Nachman seems to have said, like, I broke this meat.
Yeah.
Meaning, I guess I could theoretically, I don't know, go back to it or be enticed by it, but like he broke it, that like it doesn't have a hold on him anymore.
That's right. Rabbi Nachman fasted so much, he said, that he lost the thing to eat. He didn't even want to eat. But he had to eat. But that was considered a task for him, to eat.
I think the Baba Sali also used to keep just
Morsels, right? Yeah, that's the way.
The idea.
That's the way that's tzaddikim. That's the way that's tzaddikim, right?
Yeah.
Right. But again, he's just explained to us how great the tzaddik really is, right? You understand? He's explained this really so we can really understand and appreciate how great the tzaddik really is. Why do we feel something so special when we see Riyas Pnei Tzaddik, right? Why is this? We learned about that. Remember we learned the concept about Riyas Pnei Tzaddik? It causes the person to have that realignment in his mind of what's important, to take to realign his thoughts. Remember we learned that concept, right?
Saying that once he broke it, doesn't have to work on it anymore. Right?
That's the impression I got.
No, but it can come back again. Yes, it's a concept.
To a certain extent. Like, it's just like for me, for example, I don't have any yetzer to go into a non-kosher restaurant.
Right.
I broke that.
Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't really have to work on this mida, going to non-kosher restaurant. I don't have that.
Baruch
But that's
Hashem,
maybe
Baruch
because
Hashem.
you just got into the habit. You trained your goof to be in alignment.
No, but this is a little bit different, Sasha. Why? Okay, why is this a little bit different, right? Because look, see, going to a non-kosher restaurant, I'm not allowed to do that. I'm not allowed to do that, right? But if you bought a piece of steak, Bedatz Yerushalayim, right, and it has Beis Yosef, it has all the stamps on it that you could possibly get, right? With an OU on it also, right? With the OK and the cup. Everyone gave it its section, right? It's kosher. Everyone says it's kosher. So hey, what I do wrong here? I can eat this, right?
Yeah, but there's also.
But that's where it becomes more complicated, right? That's where it becomes more complicated. Right, with Shabbos, right? So the guy's not going to take, do something. He's not going to, let's say, turn on his light on Shabbos, or turn on his phone, or drive his car on Shabbos. But maybe we will talk about there's a good deal. You will, maybe, you understand? It's more refinement.
So that's for a tzaddik, things like that is like for someone going to a non-kosher restaurant. Like getting a taiva, getting a noah from a steak, it's a level of the other guy going to,
Exactly. No, but we learned also when you do eat, and if you eat and you say, I'm eating this You know, even in the Litvish world, you had the great tzaddik Rabbi Avigdor Miller. You heard of Avigdor Miller?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I listen to Rabbi Avigdor Miller all the time. He's great. His mom is great. Yeah, I love Rabbi Mamish. I get a little thing from him every week. I love. He was great. Mamish great. So he said that a person can say like this when you eat something. I'm eating this kedei lahavos is a guf l'laved as Hashem elakecha. Right? I'm eating this in order to give vitality to my body, in order for me to serve God. Amazing. Right? It's amazing. And he said that he gave the example that when let's say when we have one of our wives, the mothers here that are preparing food for their children for dinner, right? So when the mothers prepare their food, they're preparing the food for the children. They're preparing it in a way that, I want my children to be well nourished. I want them to be able to go to school and learn Torah, to become a good servant of Hashem, and so on, right? He said that, all over the world, he gave the example in Italy, that's what he said, the lady's preparing her food also. It's not the same thing at all. It's not the same job. She's preparing, you'll say the two mothers preparing, but this mother has a special love for her child and has special, she wants her child to grow and develop in a certain way, where the lady in Italy, she just wants her kid to, right, you understand? It's all about refinement. That's all. It's really about refinement. Okay? So yes, even if you're eating the steak, kedei lahavos the guf lahavos Hashem elakecha, right? Thank Hashem. And you gave me this beautiful steak. Right? So having one steak is no problem, but having the second steak, that could be a problem. Right? Having one piece of chocolate, the 7-layer cake is maybe okay, but the second piece, could be the problem.
What about the third?
Okay. You what?
I get shalom by it because I increase my weight.
You what?
I get shalom by it because I increase my weight.
Okay. Okay. Do we understand this concept, right? So we understand.
I love it.
Yeah, okay, it does. Okay. So let's go. Can we go? We have a little time, so let's go on a little bit. Okay, let's go to your test, okay? Uvemes. Masha eitzel roy b'nei adam adava behepech. Shachilav shesiya v'shad taivas haguf einay nikra etzlei avoida. Rav Nassim really wants us to understand this concept. So, what? When it comes to regular people, right? So them doing their regular things that they do, right? Having their meals and then they're going out for a walk and whatever they like to do, it's not considered, that's their pleasure. They do that for their own pleasure. It's not considered a task at all. Right? Like you were saying before, Reb Simcha, right? That's considered a task. That's hard. Well, I got to go to shul, and we're going to be here for 3 hours on Shabbos morning. That's a wow. I don't know if I can do that, right? That's a task, right? What do you mean? And they're going to sing so many songs? Come on, we'll sing one song and let's go. Why are you taking so long, right? Right? People feel that way, right? They feel like I got to get out of here. I can't stay here no more, right? I can't stay here no more. It's a task to them, right? You what?
No time in shul, they're thinking about the food that's waiting for them.
They're thinking about the food, right?
Oh, wow.
They know there's going to be a kiddush afterwards, so they go 15 minutes before it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, they once asked, I think they asked the Mittler Rebbe, they asked him, someone asked him, can I have something to eat, like can I have a Danish or something on Shabbos morning before I go to shul, right? So the Mittler Rebbe said that you can. Why? He says you're better off eating the Danish so you can daven rather than davening that you can have to eat the Danish the whole time.
Okay, that's one way to look at it.
Right. So it depends what you're doing, right? Okay. V'zeh ba'atzmai bechinas hachiluf. That's the main chiluf here. This is the atzmai. This is the aspect of the chiluf. Because really, what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to be comfortable with serving God, but rather we're comfortable with serving the guf. So here you go. You have back to that story again, right? The prince was exchanged with the servant, right? שנהפך בין המלך ובין השפחה עד שסברו שבין המלך הוא עבד חס ושלום. The Ben HaMelech thought, the real prince thought that he's the servant. And the servant, he's the king, right? ובין השפחה הוא מלך חס ושלום, and the Ben HaShifcha was the melech chas v'sholom. וכמי כן ההפך האמס אצל העולם. And the whole, in the world, this is how it's all switched around. ומצוות המעשים טובים, שהם רצון השם יזברך, ורצון הנשמה, שהוא בחינס בן המלך, זה נקרא אצלם עבדוס. Right, what Hashem wants, what the Neshama wants, because the Neshama is a part of Hashem, right? So of course the Neshama wants what Hashem wants is a part of Hashem. So for that, that's considered very difficult. V'ritzayin haguf shehu taivus haguf ein nikra etzlam avdus klal. It's not considered difficult. It's not considered a task at all. Kilu haya haguf melech chas v'sholom al neshama. So in that case, the guf, the body, is the king over the neshama, right? Because and that's the exchange. Because really, it's supposed to be the neshama is the king over the body. And therefore, the body does everything the neshama wants. They become in perfect line. They become in line. But you see how the difference is now that that it becomes difficult for the person to serve Hashem. That's where the body becomes the melech, and then the neshama becomes the Eved. Okay. But the neshama is really the king. It's easy to understand that. Right? Why is the neshama the king? Because it's a part of God. And the guf is made out of dirt, right? The guf is the Eved. What does the neshama want to do? Learn Torah, do mitzvahs, and do good deeds. That's what the neshama wants. Zehu bechinas melech. That's an aspect of the king. Bechinas ki melachim yimloichu. Ki bi melachim yimloichu. Right? To me, the kings will rule. Nikra b'shem avdus klal. Ein ze nikra b'shem avdus klal. That's not considered to this person avdus at all. It's not considered servitude at all. He's in line with what Hashem wants. Umashu rotzen haguf sheim taivus haguf ze ikar bechinas avdus, and then that becomes hard for him. That's a labor for him. That's labor. He does that with it's a labor task, a job for him to do. Shu bechinas asiya gashmis, when he has to do something of physicality. Shesham achizas taivus haguf nimshem shochem mizum asach eved. That's where the taiv of the guf. That's where the desires of the body draw from where? The nachash. Always back to the nachash, right? It's always back to that story, right, Yossi? And that's as it says, the aura, the snake was cursed, kayadua. Okay, but now we say trichin levatel aguf legabe and neshama. That's our job to nullify the guf as much as we can, and that's our job. That's what we're trying to do, right? That's what we're trying to do. We try to break our sleep a little bit, to get up a little earlier, tikkun chatzos, right? We try to get to the early. We try to do what we have to do, right? We try. We're doing what we can, right? L'shabet taivus aguf sheim bechinas avdos ulevatlan legabe. And that's what we're trying to do, slowly, little by little. We try to do it. We try to refine the body more and more and more. What's that?
No, Sasha taught me about trying.
Yeah.
I used to think that you couldn't try. Like, go ahead, try and pick up that. You can't try to pick it up. You either pick it up or you don't. It's a physical task. Rabbi Nachman says you either do it or you don't do it. So that's also...
No, he doesn't say that.
Well, if you want to, you either do. He doesn't say that. I've seen that in his books.
No. Sometimes you can't do something, but if you really wanted to do it, sometimes HaKadosh Baruch Hu is mitzaref the machshava l'maisa. Right? HaKadosh Baruch Hu can, if you really want to do something, right? You really want to do that thing, but somehow you can't, for whatever reason. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if it's something good, will consider you did that thing, because that was your will.
Right. I think what Sasha was trying to help me with was that we strive to get closer to Hashem.
Okay.
It's similar to I'm trying to get closer to Hashem, and I do all these things so I can, and then I achieve getting a little piece of it to know Hashem. But then, like you said, we go up and then we go back, so we can go up more.
Right.
And that's like trying. So trying is really something that is.
That's all we can
That's
do.
all we can do. Yeah.
What we accomplish in this world, see, we're used to Western society. Western society says that if you don't do, like, okay, you're an accountant, right? Right?
Yes.
So you can work hard on somebody's tax return, right? But if you don't finish it, right? You don't finish it, and you don't send it. You can't say, well, I worked on it. I'm not doing any more work. So you owe me this amount of money till now. Will they pay you anything? They won't give you anything, right? They don't care. Right? Give me my return, and I'll pay you. I don't care how much time you spent on it. They don't care, right? Okay, but in Yiddishkeit, it doesn't work like that, right? Right? A lawyer's working on a case, right? He's working on the case, and he says, "I'm done now. I'm not continuing. But you owe me this amount of money till now. Who's going to pay him? I hired the guy for a job. You didn't do your job. I'm not going to pay you. But in Yiddishkeit, HaKadosh Baruch Hu pays us for our trying.
I try. Right.
Yeah, for our trying. Even trying, even if we don't account, but we get credit. Like we said, any nuance I do towards serving Hashem is never discounted. Don't ever discount that. It's special. It's there.
But that's potentially a problem.
Why is that potential a problem?
Because if I say, I'm trying,
But again, it's if you have to be honest with
Honestly,
yourself.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
wisdom to know the truth.
Yeah. That's what we're learning. We're learning how to be honest, right? We're learning how to be honest.
Do you feel
Really-
like sometimes Hashem gives you certain opportunities when you're trying to get in faster for it to be easier for you?
Yeah, we all experience that. Don't we all experience that? Sometimes we want to do something, but it automatically got done somehow. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, and sometimes it's harder.
Sometimes it's harder, right?
Not like, so
Yeah.
I think that's because God sees us trying so hard sometimes that He's, look, you've earned this. Here's a gift.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, but again, sometimes Hashem will just give us something as a matnas chinam, as a free gift.
Yeah, I was telling Yossi when I came back from Uman
Yeah.
that I felt like Hashem gave me an opportunity to do this, to get up in the morning, which I never thought I was going to do. I was always at as you know, the 9 o'clock meeting. We were texting each other. So I always go to the 9. I never thought I felt like after I got back, it was like,
Something
never
changed.
What kind of present Uman's going to give you, but my present this year was that I felt like Hashem gave me a little opening to get in and to try to do and if you take it, then it opens
open up, and it
But
turns
if you
out-
don't, you gotta wait
He
for
gives,
the
he,
next
he,
time.
he gives, you get your foot in the door, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Then you
But
can,
if you don't take that opportunity,
you lose it.
you
Yeah.
don't know the next time it'll happen.
It may not happen. It may not happen.
And it turns out that when you did go, in fact, and take the opportunity, it's like pulling the hair out of milk. It's not as much of a mountain to move as you thought.
That's right.
It turns out.
Once you're in,
Yeah.
The mountain's in your brain, though. The mountain.
You're not going to pull your hair out of milk?
So messed up.
What's so messed up?
No. We make things, we create things, we make things complicated.
Imagination.
Nothing's explained this very simply the truth.
Imagine, just hit him over the head and have him change the thought. Blow a foghorn.
No, we learned about the whole thing about the thoughts, right? You can't think about two
yeah.
things at one time, right? So when you get one of those thoughts that are coming in your mind and you even think if it's coming, you feel it's coming, just change it right away. Don't let it go. Right? Then if you did let it go, what do? Then you do something silly. Clap and jump, do something silly,
something silly.
to change your
Silly,
mind,
silly.
to change your thought, right?
I do
David
that
likes
sometimes if I'm like in a tense situation with my wife, and I need, it's a risky move. I don't recommend it for everyone. You have to nuance, but if you can get a shtickle laughter, in the middle of a tense moment.
Yeah, you just break
do
the whole,
something
you
silly.
break it, right?
There's this one guy I'll say that I met him in Beit Shemesh. He has this special needs child like on a ventilator, basically. I mean, like really, it's a lot of work. His mom, you couldn't believe, really special person, and his wife. And I said to him, I spoke to him afterwards. I said, look, life's hard enough as it is. Shalom Bayis is hard enough as it is. You got this kid you're taking care of, which has got to be like impossible. How do you do it? And he's a really refined guy. He's tall, straight. I goes, because whenever we're in these situations, I just get down on the floor in the middle and start breakdancing. That's what he says. You can envision this big, tall guy, getting down and trying to. He was breakdancing. That's what he said. And then the wife's there.
And they just,
Whatever it takes.
whatever it takes. That's all it's all about, right? That's all it's all about. Whatever it takes. Yeah. Yeah, but you're right, Yana. What you're saying is right. When you get the opportunity, seize the opportunity, right?
Because trying is nice. Hashem likes that. He gives you credit for it. But trying sometimes isn't enough.
It's not enough. No. But right. But you shouldn't. But if you did try and it didn't work out, but if you really try, we're talking about not the you're fooling. Hashem knows. Hashem knows what's going on. He knows what you're really thinking, right? So if you really did try, and it just didn't work out, that's a test from Hashem also. Are you going to be angry now? Hey Hashem, I really put so much into this, and now I can't do it. Hey, why did you let me not let you to do it? Am I okay? Hey Hashem, okay. I did what I can do. Obviously, I can't continue this. Hashem, I'm okay with it. Right? That's great. That could be the test right there. How are you going to react to that? Right? I put so much effort in to prepare to do it, and now it didn't work. Right?
Keep trying.
No, accept it. To be able to accept things in life, that's an amazing thing also. Right? Okay, let's just see. Let's just finish this piece over here. We'll finish your test. It's Hashem. Here we go. Achi hapich haguf lenefesh mamish. Achi haguf yaser rotzain haneshama shu rotzain habayri is baruch berotzain toiv v'loi nechshav etzlei la'avoida klal. Right? Okay, that's what we're aspiring. We want to come to that. We're working on that. We're working on trying to refine ourselves so much so that the guf is perfectly in line with the neshama, and there's no conflict between the two of them. They both want the same thing. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful concept. Va'oz nisbato bechinas ha'avdus legamrei, and then you can totally nullify this whole thing of avdus, of servitude, serving of Hashem, which then the person will take on the servitude of serving his guf, right? Doing what he has to do. Ben, he can become the aspect of the Ben HaMelech, not the Ben HaShivcha. Shezeh Iker HaShleimus Kayadua. This is the main Shleimus Kayadua, right? Now it is. Now we can actually say Kayadua. Now we understand it, right?
Now we all know it. Is that what it is?
Yeah, the Kayadua, like we
Everybody
all know.
knows this, yeah.
But now, by the tzaddikim, this is common. They all know this. This is not. Yeah. Reb Nosson is just spelling it out for us so nicely here. Really, he laid it out for us so nicely for us to really understand what the situation is, and he gave us the parallel of what how when I do something physical, right? When I'm doing something physical, I consider that a pleasure, right? The body likes doing that. That's not considered a task. But if I have to move something heavy, the body doesn't like to do that. It doesn't want to move things heavy, right? The body wants to relax, sit on the couch, right? Turn on the TV, right? That's what wants to relax, right? Just relax. Likes doing that, right? That's no problem, right? But anytime that same person, anytime you tell him to go to shul, you tell him to listen to a shiur, go to a shiur, that's hard. I can't. I don't have the patience for that. But when you have the patience to sit and look at the TV for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours? Do you have patience for that? Why do you have patience for that? Because I enjoy that. Right? I'll tell you, right? I enjoy that.
No, I don't think so. No,
People won't say they enjoy that?
I could tell you sometimes if I've done that, I don't really enjoy it. I know I'm wasting my time. I should stop doing this, and I don't stop.
No. But if you ask the average person, why do you watch TV? You say, I enjoy it. What would they tell you? Yossi, what would you think the person would tell you?
Yeah.
I would say it's an escape.
No, you're saying at the end of it, when you're all said and done, you say, oh my
No, but
God,
even if
Okay, the guy,
I
wait
feel
a second.
terrible about myself.
Wait a second. The guy,
Even
wait
if
a
I
second.
start, I feel like I'm starting.
Wait
an
a minute.
escape.
Wait. Hold on a second. So let's say go into a game, right? Go into a basketball game, a baseball game, or soccer, whatever kind of game, right?
Yeah.
Right. So would anyone consider that that's I love that. I mean, why do I? How do you have patience to watch that all? What do you mean patience? I love that. The guy paid $300 to go see the game, right? He loves that, right? I love that. But you tell that same guy to go to shul and sit there for 3 hours. Oh, wait. I don't have patience for that.
That's because they have the wrong paradigm.
I understand, but I'm just showing you that he does have patience, but his patience is in the
Use
wrong place.
Yeah.
There you go, right?
You know, just a little bit to this. I was fortunate at periods of my life where I was able to, be in, let's say, go to a game and mamish sit courtside or with the 50-yard line, and this is the highest level of the world that we live in. To be around that, sometimes there was a box and there was food, okay, and there was drink. It was like this is the great. It doesn't get higher than this. In Olam Haba, I mean Olam Hazeh, like. And it was geschmack. I mean, imagine a player, LeBron James, going for 11 and falling into you. Mamish falling into you. You're so weak. The guy falls on you. He trips and falls onto you. Knocks over your son. It doesn't get better. Okay.
Give me a kiss.
And it is very nice. But then, then you get a little bit of ruchniness. And you say, whoa, this is really a geschmack feeling. Whoa, this is really... And I know it didn't cost a fraction of what...
It may not have costed anything.
So I said, Cindy, the other night we just had Shlomo played. We had Hallel on Kislev, and it wasn't. He brought his guitar, and there was music, and they were singing, and what to tell you, it was. He said, hey, and he says, how was it? It was geschmack. It was geschmack, and I know enough from my feeling that I had when LeBron would fall on me, or sitting there, to know what geschmack it means,
And you felt the same thing. Right?
I felt better.
Better. Better, because that's real. No, because that was real.
And it didn't cost me a dime.
It's
That's part of it. That's part of the thing. But it really.
No, but listen, I wanted to.
So give the cost of a ticket to charity.
Listen, I want to tell you something. Look,
that's another level. You're probably right about that.
Look. In our company, sometimes I have to go to Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I despise it. I dread going there. I dread going there.
The kosher food there and everything?
No, we usually have a suite. We get suite, a suite with the players, right?
That's the highest.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And you get kosher food.
We get all kosher food. They have a kosher kitchen in Yankee Stadium.
Food in New York is already regardless. No.
Kosher. Yeah. So, but you see these guys come in there, right? These guys that are, and then sometimes we would bring in some players, right? We get some of the players to come in, right? We get these guys to come in there. Wow, he says, I'm ready to go to heaven. I'm done.
Do you bring in women too?
No. Oh my God, no. Players.
Come on, let's really get the imagination going.
No. But I'm telling you. But see, these guys, they love every minute, and I'm looking at my clock when they get out of here. Really, I promise you, I can't stand being there. And these other guys, wow,
Finally reached. This is the greatest.
To watch the game in the stadium with air conditioning.
Yeah.
And if you want to go outside, they have chairs. You can sit on the chair. Or you want to go back in the air conditioning. They sit all there. And say, wow.
And you got the big screen TV so you can see the close-up of the play
Oh,
afterwards,
there
right?
you go, right. So why do you have to go to the stadium?
Reb Chaim, two things. First of all,
Yeah.
you're probably, I hate to say it, but not really a Yankees fan. Second of all, you got the business at the end, right? That's what counts. You got the business.
Of course, but that's not the
I know
point.
it was torture for you. It was torture.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm just explaining how you can have the same. I experience these things, and I'm amazed by it. I'm just amazed by it. I'm mamish amazed by it.
Yeah, that's all. That's right. That's right. Being amazed by it. Yeah.
I'm being amazed to see, because when I see that, I see this Torah come true, alive. I'm watching it. Those same people that are there, you tell them, we're going to go listen to Reb Shlomo's Hallel now. Wait. Hallel, no, come on, no, we got one more hot dog. Come on,
Right. And it's done in, it's kosher and it's among.
Oh yes, and the Mashgiach comes in too. He's standing there watching the food. Oh my God, they do it the best, right? Okay, so let's see. So we finished the Levatel Bechinas Adas Agame Elias Bechinas Ben Kayadu. Like we said, everyone should have a wonderful day. Kol Tuv.